A lot has been said about Tita Cory's faith in the power of prayer, and a lot more has been attributed to her. I would like to honor Tita Cory by talking to her directly. Tita Cory, I remember occasions which made me admire you more. You made me realize that the higher one's position, the lower one should bend over so that she would be reachable and prevent others from just looking up and straining their necks. You eagerly looked forward to the end of your term, which saw me as your appointment secretary, noting down in your daily schedule the number of days left before you passed on the presidency to your successor, but only after clean, honest, and orderly elections, which you ensured. In a public lecture at the University of the Philippines, before you left Malacanang, you said, and I quote, "Perhaps you will not listen closely the next time I speak, but it won't matter to me as long as I am able, for the record, to say the truth. For if, while I needed public support, I never sacrificed the public good for it, what more next year, when I shall be just one of you and beyond the reach of daily reproach." End of quote. Certainly for you, doing the right thing matters, much more than doing things right. I am embarrassed whenever I remember how you dutifully came to work even after your chemo treatments, and many times you were in the office ahead of me, and many days you were there and I wasn't. Please forgive me for those times. When Papa and I visited you in the hospital, we did what you always liked to do, pray the rosary. As a woman of God, you prayed with me as I saw you move your lips. And when we ended praying, you automatically lifted your right arm to make the sign of the cross, and you managed to raise it halfway through. You would often wonder aloud if the youth still knew how to pray the rosary. This was so important to you. You believe that whoever propagates the praying of the rosary is favored by God. I wonder to this day what you had difficulty trying to say to me that day. You forced a smile, and your eyes followed me as I waved goodbye by the door. Like your doctors and medical consultants, I would find myself wondering, what was it that caused your cancer? And if I were to base it on what you thought would trigger it, I can say you kept a lot in your heart. You knew you had your share of serious disappointments. You often wondered what made people you trusted behave differently. What made them take the road more traveled? And while the others may have their own reasons for leaving you and abandoning what were then your common ideals, I had mine for staying, and I continue to thank you for being the reason. You have shown your appreciation to me in many ways. Thank you, Tita Cory. During my last visit to you in the hospital, I whispered in your ear that you had fought a good fight. You won your prize for running the race, and it was time for you to rest. I thought I saw a tear fell when I made a promise to you, a promise I intend to keep. Thank you, Tita Cory, for giving me the enviable and magnificent opportunity of working with you for the last 23 years, from Malacanang to the Benigno Aquino Foundation. I can say, modesty aside, I am a better person, and I am proud to be a Filipino because of you. Rest has eluded you for a long time. rest has finally come to you. From me and my family, thank you. Thank you for your love and concern. And to your family, to your children, Boki, Keka, KGG, Bossing, and Chris, thank you for sharing your mom with all of us. Paalam, Tita Cory.